Leona Darkstrider, who we pulled out of a cage earlier. Truth of the past. Thanks for freeing me from those ethereal cages in the Ethereum Overcroft. The Void is powerful here in ways we're only beginning to understand, and that danger brings new opportunities. If you remember, my quest to combine the power of the Void with the strength of the Illidari has not changed. Backing Adaris was a mistake, but a necessary one to progress. Adaris being the first quest. He was, I think, a blood elf demon hunter who had a little bit too much hubris for his own good and almost got us all killed. We ended up shoving him through a portal and we don't know where he is. I'm wondering if this quest shows us where he went. And now I found a willing teacher in Allari. I ask for your help again, Aegea. Help me find the strength to protect my people. Travel to Argus.
Maintain control. Always.
Allari says, follow me. You must understand why the Illidari sacrifice. Leona asks, where are we going? Allari says to Argus to see what Illidan has seen. Oh, this is a demon hunter specific quest, maybe. Maybe not. This is a hunter directly behind me. But, like, this is demon hunter flavor, so we're actually gonna do it. We're a demon hunter. I don't know how Allari managed to make a portal, because we don't have this. This is like a demon hunter flavored version of how the Death Knights portal around. Ancient citizens. Yep. This is where the Draenei came from. Here they were known as Eridar.
The universe is full of mystery.
Leona says, I will stop at nothing to ensure the survival of my people.
The Void offers endless possibilities.
And so part of why we're doing this now is I assume that this is a journey Leona needs to go on before the events of the raid. Even if it's a detour.
Lord Illidan knows the way.
Allari says, I haven't set foot on Argus in years. A dead world populated by a broken people and their memories.
Death to the Legion.
The soul price. Allari says Argus, originally the homeworld of the Eridar, now the stronghold for the Burning Legion. Years ago, Illidan used the seal of Argus to open the way here, and he was met by one of the Naaru who delivered a dire message. To understand the Illidari's connection to the Void, you must see what Illidan saw when he arrived. Hostile spirits in the area should provide the necessary power for our needs. Defeat them to release their essence, and with their sacrifice we will peer into the past. Free spirits and collect their energy and kill Jaden's Terrace.
If we do not meet again, die well.
And Leona says, I'll join you. Allari says, I need you here, Leona. Take this incense and place it at the cardinal points around the platform. We're gonna sit and eat a food real quick so we get our buffs up. Alright, so we're gonna release 8 spirits and collect energy. And his energy basically went straight there, so we don't have to worry about how we're collecting it, it's just getting collected. don't have flying here. Okay, let me make my way back to my friend so before I get myself killed while talking.
I have sacrificed everything. What have you given?
So it's 3 demon hunters being emo on a dead world, which is even more emo. Allari says, yes, that looks like enough. We're nearly prepared.
Do not give in to the power of the Legion.
A more potent foe. Allari says, we have what we need. Prepare yourself to see Illidan's confrontation with the Naaru so many years ago.
Remember, nothing is more important than the Legion's destruction.
Yeah. X'era. Illidan, your enemy is far greater than Sargeras and his Burning Legion. Illidan says, wonderful, as if they were not strong enough. This is a new conversation to me, anyway. X'era says, the Void is a more potent foe by far, and confronting it is your destiny. Illidan says, my destiny is not dictated by you, Naaru. Leona says the Naaru wanted to recruit Illidan to fight the Void. Fascinating. Allari says, let us speak when we return. Digging up secrets of the past has a way of attracting all sorts of attention. And I'm like, I don't remember that being in Legion. Are you saying that was before Legion? That can't be right. Because if you do Legion and you witness the confrontation between X'era and Illidan, she tries to essentially undo all of his choices by force and the healing of the light. There was no mention of Void. Leona says, so the Naaru approached Illidan and warned him of the Void. Allari says they wanted to recruit him to combat what they believe to be Azeroth's greatest threat. But the Illidari are not soldiers following orders, we're predators. Killers. So again, I wonder if that conversation had to have happened before X'era's separating. We know the Naaru can project themselves, right?
Baladash Balanore.
Leona says, I've only ever wanted to protect my people, just like how demon hunters protect Azeroth.
There is strength in shadow.
I'm curious, Allari, did the Naaru persist in their attempts to sway Illidan to their cause? Allari says they did, quite adamantly in fact. Would you like to see how it turned out? And I assume this is the cutscene where on the ship to Argus, or you're at Argus, you have rescued the Vanguard of the Light and gotten all of X'era's parts, and then you put the heart together and you realize that she's kind of broken. And we realize after the fact that the incidents involved in resurrecting Illidan probably changed something fundamental about X'era, because she is a creature of light, and her crystal heart is what we housed Illidan's soul in. Illidan is a night elf, and has a demon soul in his soul, and then you shove that in the crystalline heart of something made of light, and you're gonna damage it. I assume this is that cutscene, but let's watch Illidan break a Naaru on purpose.
Try.
Consent violation warning from now. This is during Legion. The Argus content.
We are blessed to be in your presence once more, X'era.
Turalyon, you have found the Chosen One. Illidan, from birth, the light in your eyes held such promise for the future.
I sacrificed that birthright long ago.
Do you
Stop
not
for his
wish
voice.
to reclaim what was lost? To be whole again?
The Legion's end is all I seek.
My child, you've given so much, for so little.
And now the comment
Your
about the
true
void makes more
potential.
sense, right?
Your redemption lies before you. Let go of your shattered form and embrace the light's power.
I've traded my freedom for power before.
The prophecy must be fulfilled. Your old life has passed. The light will forge you a new one.
It is not yours to take.
The light will heal your scars.
I am my scars.
The light is your destiny.
My destiny is my own. You've doomed us all, betrayer!
And again, Tyrellian goes so fast to wrath every time, right?
Your faith has blinded you. There can be no chosen one. Only we can save ourselves.
And so if this interaction gives us context that X'era's been harassing Illidan since before we knew about it, but if the prophecy refers to him as a child of light confronting the void, and Illidan at the end of Argus and the Antorus throne stayed behind with the Titans to fight Sargeras, which might be cropping up again in the World Soul Saga's conclusion next expansion. Do we get Illidan back? I don't know. The Titans are coming back, apparently. We left Illidan on a ship in the other end of the universe with the Titans. So if the Titans come back, they're bringing Illidan back within his lifespan. Maybe. The copium is loud right now. But again, we at the time during Legion were interpreting the Naaru as the Army of the Light was confronting the Burning Legion. We knew that. But if that was an umbrella moment, if the overall target was preparing us for the void, which is funny because Sargeras had created the Burning Legion to confront the void, and we had the light confronting the void. Like, it's one of those, like, the enemy of my enemy was definitely not my friend right then. Looking at chat, let me scroll up a bit. Karma, that's what you get for not giving him a choice. And we've seen how the Naaru talk to people. They present themselves like theirs is the only true way. Which is why I say that Xal'atath sounds like a light priest to me. And then we got her cutscene the other day and realized, oh, Xal'atath was not only a child, but a priest of the light who was powerful and a child, and she was the last person left on her planet. So the void just took her. That's how she became the Harbinger. That's a lot. Everybody in this game needs therapy, y'all. Including Xal'atath. But, my point is that the Naaru having their my way is the only way attitude. Xal'atath does that. Tyrellian does that. So much of the light is mine is the only path. So the fact that Xal'atath does that, which is so opposite to what the Void does, the Void offers you myriad, infinite possibilities. They confuse you with too many options, which is how they get you. But Xal'atath, despite being the Harbinger of the Void, talks like she's a light wielder. She talks like a zealot. Exactly. Sadi says they have such a confident way of talking that it would be easy to manipulate and get others to believe that you're on their side. It's why when we last did a Legion playthrough, I very specifically took everyone through the Illidan Stormrage memories with Xera's heart, despite the fact that I genuinely do not like Xera by the end of it. And I find her pretentious at the start, condescending in the middle, and then she betrays Illidan like that and got everything she deserved. But in hindsight, from the start, the music was discordant in a way that a Naaru's usually isn't. We know that it cost her a lot to send her heart with that message in the first place, and then her heart held Illidan's soul and a demon's soul long enough for us to resurrect him, having taken his body back at the end of the raid in Suramar. So, like, it's one of those cases where the choices that were made were the choices that had to be made, but I feel like that meant X'era was fundamentally damaged by the time we met her again. On top of Naaru being egotistical. Sunny says the food courts must be nightmares and overpriced. It's fine. If you're made of void, you just eat other people. We've seen that already happen with our favorite Dominar getting like twice as big by consuming the other boss one. It's why all these creatures eat everything, and it's why we consume. When you see me running around going very cutely, I need my soul fragments. I'm eating people. I have carved pieces of your soul away, and I'm consuming them for power. It's called the Hungering Void for a reason.
We are all that stands between the Legion and annihilation.
Alright, so there are 2 quests off of this. The Mark of Sacrifice.
Azeroth must not fall.
The tattoos that mark our flesh are more than just ink. They're a promise inscribed across our flesh. The promise that we will hold back the dark and the infernal with our very bodies. That our lifeblood is a currency used to purchase Azeroth's future. Surprised? We are not simply rage and defiance manifest, although we are also that. Help Leona collect the vita of the void creatures at Nexus Point Antius. We'll use it to inscribe her tattoos, affirming the vows she makes to protect her people. I feel like this is how we eventually are gonna get proper Void Elf blue tattoos, which we don't yet have. Currently, all of the colors are fel-inspired. This particular character's tattoos are under her clothes. Hang on. Where's my shirt?
Do not give in to the power of the Legion.
So I went with a black tattoo, which is the closest to blue that I can get on this character. But if they can give me a glowy blue, like how her fel tattoos glow, the green, I would like them to give us proper void tattoos. And it feels flavor text-wise.
My life is dedicated to destroying the Burning Legion.
Like this is on the path to getting that. Also, can I say that now that they tried to heal the scars, knowing this line means they were trying to remove his entire being? Exactly. And that's why from the start, like my first times, and I've mentioned this in stream before, us playing this in Legion on level, my whole guild in Discord just hanging out, staring, and the moment that cutscene ended, half of us dropped out of the call. And it was very like, after we came back in, everyone who didn't drop out of the call was like, where did y'all go? And it turned out that every one of us that popped out needed to process that, because with no content warnings, no heads up this was coming, anyone who had encountered domestic violence or sexual assault, any kind of PTSD, CPTSD, any of it, all of us just immediately had to be like, I need a minute and a cigarette, and I don't have time to say so in voice. I assume you mean that anybody would have done that if they could have done that. Yes? Alright, so we accept this quest from Allari.
Remember, nothing is more important than the Legion's destruction.
Thank you. One cruel implement. Voidstorm is a world of apex creatures. One in particular, the Ultradon, stands above others in its strength and ferocity. But make no mistake, Aegea, we demon hunters are the true apex predators wherever we go, because we are willing to go to any length in order to dominate. Y'all know why I play a demon hunter, right? I see no better creature to harvest an implement in which to inscribe Leona's tattoos. Head to Nexus Point Antius with Leona, defeat as many Ultradons as it takes to find the perfect implement. Harvest a talon from the Ultradons at Nexus Point Antius.
Death to the Legion.
Leona says I'll meet you there. And I'm sitting there going, we're helping baby's first tattoo. It's a rite of passage. Sadi says they, meaning the Naaru, didn't want Illidan. Any single person would have been enough if they could do what Illidan could. In an ideal world, they would have a puppet who could do that. Yep. And again, the prophecy was a child with golden eyes. And everyone assumed they meant Illidan. Illidan being twins and the one with golden eyes ended up becoming the moniker of the prophecy. But prophecies are strange things, right? We don't know if there were any other children with golden eyes born in the same time frame, but that doesn't mean that that wasn't the case. And then in exploring Illidan's memories in Legion, you get to see how being the child of prophecy kind of ruined his life. Alright, so both of these are over there. Let's head that way. Someone's gonna unpack an old video game console and then suddenly a Naaru is gonna pop up and start talking to them. The prophecy must be fulfilled. I just want to play Mario Kart. Allari says, yes, this captured void energy will do nicely.
If we do not meet again, die well.
Have you found the Talon yet? Without it, we cannot start Leona's ritual.
Lord Illidan knows the way.
There's no question now. Demon hunters are the apex predators on this planet.
Trust in Lord Illidan's hand.
Dark Infusion.
I have sacrificed everything. What have you given?
Allari says the branding ritual we're about to perform is adapted from what demon hunters go through on the Felhammer. But given Leona's unique nature and the experimental substitution of void energy for fel, there's considerable risk here, even more so than usual. Leona will be vulnerable during this process, as will I. We found a secluded area to perform it, but we'll need your protection once we start. Enact the branding ritual.
Do not give in to the power of the Legion.
And so the mount she's got is the Legion Order Hall mount. I love that. This character has not done the Legion Order Hall, and probably won't, given that I've got so much going on. But we'll pin it for if we decide to do like an over-level, let's just zip through the story, solo all the dungeons, like we did on Shadow Priest. Because again, the story is really good. Tattered Page. So we found a tattered page overlooking emptiness. Just the rest of the Voidstorm. Theris, I knew you wouldn't understand. Even if I couch my reasoning in platitudes about protecting the family, protecting Silvermoon, you always see right through me, don't you? Then fine, you win. You're right. Many Rendorai chose this path out of a desire to understand that which we must defeat, the Void. They have made a noble sacrifice in order to save their people, even as they are shunned for it. But not me. I am honest with myself. I did this for me. You always wanted me to find healing in the light. When a warm glow did not do it, you tried to sear me through, convinced it would burn away the memories. I will never forgive you for that. Even I know the light should not be wielded in such a way. But I was never going to find comfort in its thoughtless peace. I don't expect you to understand, but still, even after all you've done, you are my brother. If we meet on the battlefield, I will turn so we may fight back to back. But if you try to strike me down with your light, since I am a void creature you so detest, I will not so idly accept your wrath again. Do not make me turn my blades on kin. And as a tattered page, but it's out here rolled like a scroll, I actually think that this was a letter that was delivered. I think that his brother found it, or was given it, and left it here. Feelings, right? Did Illidan write this? Were you in chat when we did the Legion and Taurus Throne conclusion? Because Illidan gives you a crystal that is his goodbye letter. But there's 3 of them. He tells you there's 2. And you take one to Malfurion, his brother. You take one to Tyrande, and the 3rd you take to the Well of Eternity. Except it turns out that the third is for you. And he properly tells you goodbye as well. And you actually get to see an echo of him, Tyrande, and Malfurion as they were together at the Well of Eternity back before all of this happened. So I feel like it is... So I know it's on my YouTube channel. I'm just trying to think of where it would be if you were interested in looking it up. Other than telling you, just go solo the Antorus Throne over level and then you'll get a quest. But remind me, like, if it is something that interests you, post a query in other media to remind me and I will find you the link directly. So he says, I'm fully convinced Illidan wants to kiss you so bad. Illidan is desperately in love with Tyrande. But you, the main character, the player character, are the only person who knows him. Because Tyrande has turned away. And so... he loves you in a different way. Polyamory. I don't think he could share anything with his brother, but in theory, yes. Sonny has said, I forgot about his brother. I responded in text. Yeah, Malfurion is Illidan's twin and who Tyrande married. Sonny says, but, like, I will say, he has some I want to kiss you so bad scenes. He has an intensity to him that I'm very fond of. In Legion Remix, actually, one of the, Infinite Dragons who is helping you with your research categorically has a crush on Illidan. As in, one of the conversation options you can have towards the end of the remix season, she basically was like... I can't remember what the question was. I think about meeting Illidan directly. And your whole response is, I think that's a bad idea. To which her response is, what are you talking about kissing him? Who mentioned kissing? So there is the most emo Infinite Dragon out there with a massive crush on Illidan Stormrage. It's very cute. She, if you did not know she was a dragon, she would look like a demon hunter, so she's cosplaying. Sunny continues like, I will say it would be funny if Illidan fell for a stupid-ass player like, how could I fall for this imbecile? Honestly, he's made so many more mistakes that wouldn't even rank in the top 10, but he would personally hate that one. He strikes me as someone who is... he has become so uncomfortable with vulnerability. He has been vulnerable twice in his entire life, and both were for Tyrande, and both he got flatly rejected. That's fine. At least she read his letter, Crystal. I had misremembered it and thought that she and Malfurion had rejected the letter. I think what it was that my quest had glitched the first time I did it, and I never went back to try again. I thought it was a dead end. So I'm glad I actually did it for stream, because I learned something. And we got to say goodbye to him.
We are all that stands between the Legion and annihilation.
Alright, so we will start the ritual. We will eat a food first, because I know that there's going to be a fight. We're going to eat, and then we will start the ritual. I feel like because he has these little smirk moments when he's dealing with Velen on the way to Argus, he's got a sense of humor. He's got a very wry sense of humor. He strikes me as someone who would do something like in Brooklyn Nine-Nine and do something really sweet and then tell you nobody will believe you and walk away. Alright, start the ritual.
Power is to be wielded, not fear.
This is not like any kind of tattooing I've ever experienced. Eat really fast. Princeps Ravenor sees you, little elf. Furion, the hand of Ravenor. Sir, fuck are you? Your soul will be his. This won't be enough. We need a higher concentration of void energy. Leona, wait. She lets herself get pulled through. Quickly, after her before the portal closes. Curses, she's not here. The portal destination must be unstable. Won't be able to find her this way. Let's return to Howling Ridge. We'll need Umbric's help if we want to get her back.
My life is dedicated to destroying the Burning Legion.
There is something about demon hunters and impulsivity. Umbric, we got a problem.
All paths are possible.
Allari says, Umbric, we've lost Leona through an unstable void portal. Tell me you have some way of getting her back. Umbric says, what? It's possible she's adrift in the void or somewhere else on this planet. I can't bring her back, but we may be able to set up a beacon of sorts so she can locate us. I believe we have some equipment that can be repurposed to help Leona return to us. So he says, also, we need more void energy. The void-wielding elf does nothing. That's because anybody could do this, and she was being impulsive and just let herself drift through the portal. Instead of asking. But that would have been, like, that would only have worked if this was a, we are the only void elf besides her.
The Rendori shall prove our worth.
Event Horizon. It may not surprise you to know that the stabilization of portal entry points is something I'm quite familiar with. If Leona lives, and I believe she does, she'll need beacons to help triangulate her exit point. Take these beacons, set them up where I've marked on your map, and return here. If Leona is alive, she should be able to use these beacons to identify and stabilize her exit. If she isn't, Umbric pushes the thought away. Let's focus on the task at hand for now.
Maintain focus and control.
Alright, neither of them say anything else? I love how many people are still using the definitely not a cultist title. So that's one. I'm wondering if this is how we're gonna get our other friend out of the portal we shoved him into, but he's probably dead by now. From the first quest. To unlock Void Elf Demon Hunters. He's been in there a long time. So he says it would be so funny if you just beam her to finish it, then just smack her while calling her a dumbass in 70 languages. They both fall through. They're clearly, like, fighting, falling through. Like, he found her and went, you did this to me. He gets mad that we rescued her and not him.
We are all that stands between the Legion and annihilation.
The beacons are placed, Magister.
We serve the Alliance.
Please stand back. We'll need a bit of room for this. How much room is a bit? Oh. Hi. Oh. Alright. So, Leona says, I was in the void unmoored until I felt your call, Magister. Umbric says, foolish of you to leap into a portal, Leona. Allari says, was it? Look at her skin, Umbric. The branding ritual was successful. Umbric says, that's besides the point. Princeps Ravenor yells, ah yes, a new morsel ripened for my table. Reveal yourself or I will hunt you down. And it was the entity that was the last one we fought. But yeah, she's got blue tattoos now. I mean, I guess. They're not glowy. I was hoping they would glow. Are they any different from mine? Hang on. No, I think mine are black. They just look good on her because her skin's more purple. Whereas hers are more of a translucent blue. Which is similar to the fel color, but again, they have a glowy red and a glowy green, and I wish they would give us a glowy blue. Let me see how much this fel is.
Question everything.
Leona says, that voice, a Dominar. I think I can sense it now. He'll come for us if we don't find him first.
The whispers do not control me.
Devourer. And this is Princeps Ravenor, who has been yelling at us this whole time. A Dominar known for devouring those who find themselves out of place, and for eagerness to insult and threaten its prey if given the chance. I'm not sure where I was when I stepped through that portal, Aegea. Somewhere in between void energy surrounding and suffusing me. Without Umbric, I wouldn't have made it back. I feel different now, but I don't think this is over until we confront that Dominar. Will you meet us at the Void Spire? And this is how we will get the twin blade of the Devourer. Oh, that's pretty. It's green. I would have liked it to be blue. But you know, I got 2 fel demon hunters. Oh, it's got a blue effect. It's void infused. It's void tinged. The tips are swirly blue. Okay. We get a weapon out of this. Leona says, I'm not sure where I was when I stepped through. No, we just read that. Okay. Except. There is one really good void-themed glaive in this game, and they want me to do a raid to do it. Hang on. It'll be easier to look through my stuff. Appearances, weapons, warglaives. What do I not have unlocked yet? This is cute, but that's not the one I'm thinking of. This one. Look how pretty this fucking is. And it's from the March on Quel'Danas, which is a raid I cannot do in story mode. I have to run it with other people. Relationship says rude. Alright, let's go hunt a man down. Signal Leona to antagonize Ravenor.
Lord Illidan knows the way.
Allari says this isn't Aegea, the inflection point.
Trust in Lord Illidan's plan.
You signal Leona to call out Ravenor.
The whispers do not control me.
Allari says, if you fail here, Leona, you die. I will not save you. Princess Ravenor says, listen to your teacher, or don't. I look forward to devouring your very essence. Leona says, prepare for disappointment, Void Spawn, followed by Oblivion. Prince Ravenor says, it is you who should prepare for Oblivion, little morsel, along with your doomed people. Once again, I go, why am I taking this fight? Grasp of the Cosmos sounds...
I must get closer. I'm out of range.
So she's using fel demon hunter moves, and I'm very entertained by this. Your void soul is mine, and she consumes him. Oh, look, we match! My apotheosis complete. We must let Umbric know. That was a very cute coincidence. I also like the fact that you're hitting him with essentially his own soul. I mean, this is our void, but yes. When we ate his soul and then hit him with it, you are very correct, now that I said that out loud.
Come with an open mind.
Umbric says, I sensed Ravenor's dark presence cut short. You were successful. Allari says she was, Umbric. The strength and determination of the Illidari is now an inseparable part of her. Leona says, and with it I can train more of our people to follow in my footsteps. Umbric says, the Rendorai are beset on all sides, my former pupil. It's good to know that we will have you and those strong enough to follow you to protect our futures. Leona kneels and says, with my very soul, Magister. Umbric tells us, Leona's determination and willingness to fight for our people is admirable. She fought hard and sacrificed much to reach this point, and her life will be forever marked by those trials. But the Rendorai are stronger for it. Who would have thought that such a dark and predatory world would be the catalyst for a brighter future? And so I'm definitely glad that we did this now before we do the Voidspire raid, because this did feel like contributing, right? I don't know why it was available before we actually rescued her, but we saved it.
The light is not the only path.
And the achievement is a more potent foe. And we have the Twin Blade of the Devourer, and given the green tones of the Battle for Azeroth outfit she currently has, we could glam this on. Is it BFA Browns? Yes, so we will save you there. Alright. I'll fix my glam later.